He sold Elvis Presley for $35,000 and spent the rest of his life being told it was the stupidest thing anybody ever did. November 1955. Elvis was 20, had a year left on his contract, and had never once dented the national pop chart. Big in Memphis, unproven everywhere else. Atlantic offered $25,000. RCA came in at $35,000. Phillips took the RCA money. He'd built Sun Records out of a small storefront on Union Avenue, and he had a habit that kept him permanently broke. He signed everybody. If a man walked in and Phillips heard something, he recorded him. He'd put out Howlin' Wolf and B.B. King at a time when a white man in Memphis doing that was not a normal business decision. By 1955, he had a roster full of people nobody had heard of and no cash to promote any of them. The names on that roster were Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash, Roy Orbison, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Charlie Rich. He had one asset he could sell. First thing he did with the check was push distribution on a Carl Perkins song called Blue Suede Shoes. It became Sun's first national hit. Then came the rest of them. A year later, Carl Perkins was cutting a record in that studio with Jerry Lee Lewis on piano. Johnny Cash wandered in. Then Elvis, an RCA artist now, the biggest star in America, came by to say hello and sat down. Phillips left the tape running, then called the newspaper. The headline the next morning, the $1 Million Quartet. He called the Elvis sale the worst business decision of his life. That's the line everyone quotes. But at the time, he'd said he thought he could develop 5 more Presleys with that money. Look at the list again. He very nearly did. He sold the most valuable contract in the history of popular music, and spent every dollar of it on the people nobody had heard of yet.